to another one here. Rob Gronkowski, we talked about this off the top of the show, will not attend the start of New England's offseason program. That, a source is telling our Adam Schefter. Gronk is still considering whether or not he's going to play the upcoming season at all. He says he's had good communication with the Patriots, according to sources. So, Jeff, let's bring you back into the conversation. Sure. With Tom Brady and Gronk both expected to miss the start of the offseason program, this is not your usual way the Patriots do business, in particular with regard to Gronk. Is there any chance he walks away?
Well, this is very nuanced, Mike. First of all, I don't anticipate that he walks away. I think this is very much tied to the respect card. He is preparing his body right now to play football in 2018. I have spoken to a number of people who've spoken to Gronkowski. They anticipate that he is going to play this season. In fact, he's even working out with Alex Guerrero, Tom Brady's body coach, in the shadows of Gillette Stadium at the TB12 facility. So that there, if you connect the dots, shows you that this is a very nuanced, layered situation. And I'm going to add something right now. Watch Tom Brady. Right now he's in Qatar on a charity trip. When he gets back, does he show up to off-season training? I don't anticipate that he will. So watch that one very closely right now. They've got a practice today, tomorrow, another one Thursday. He won't be at these first two. The question is, will he be at the others? That's what we need to watch very closely to understand how deep this situation goes.
Yeah, bear in mind, this is voluntary, but I can't leave that alone, Jeff. What are you telling us? What are you saying there? If Brady doesn't come back, what should we read into it?
Well, I'm telling you that essentially we're talking not just about a contract holdout. This is not, when it comes to Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady, simply some kind of money play where they want to get paid more, but respect. And that's something that these guys, there's been an underlying level of respect that they're looking for from the organization, not just from Bill Belichick. This is throughout the organization. So if these guys are now going to be working out away from the facility, something that Tom Brady is considering but hasn't yet fully decided, then we start to wonder where this goes from here. Tom Brady did spend separate chunks of his offseason in 2008, 2009, 2010 in Los Angeles away from the facility, eventually got a contract extension and was around far more. If that is the situation that occurs this time around, certainly something we should keep an eye on. The one thing I will say is Brady has never missed training camp.
Isn't that interesting?
Well.
What do you make of this, Jalen? Sometimes these things get personal, and that is usually a huge mistake. There's business and there's personal, and that Bill Belichick is all about business. We understand that.
I think two separate things are at play because both of these guys are at different points of their career. Tom Brady's in his 40s. He's accomplished so very much. If he's not at a voluntary workout, I don't read too much into it. We saw the owner come out and talk about every time that Tom Brady's deal came up, they found a way to get it done, so he's not worried about it. The Gronk situation, I look at it a lot different because he's dealt with multiple injuries, had a lot of surgeries, had multiple concussions. And so I don't anticipate he's going to just be healthy for 16 games. So for Gronk, it's about preserving his body and trying not to put himself in harm's way at this point of the summer.
Sort of to shine a light maybe a little bit on the athlete's perspective of this, because I'm over here as a fan and we hear things like, well, respect. They pay you a ton of money. What more do you want? How valuable is the idea that you get respect from the organization back to you?
It's really valuable, and we see it happening right now with Dez Bryant. They probably didn't even offer him a lower salary. They just released him. And so as a player, you're like, man, I've been here 8 years. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into the organization, and y'all just do me like that. Not only do I want to get back at you, I want to go to a team in another in the same division to play against you guys twice. And so there is a level to that. But also, I do anticipate, just like everyone else, that both of those guys are going to find ways to play.
And Jeff,
the Patriots.
Jeff, quickly, let me finish up with you here. Do you believe this is ultimately about? Is he still there? Yeah. Is this ultimately about Alex Guerrero? I mean, the whole TB12 thing. We know that there is a divide between Belichick and Guerrero. Is he in the middle of this thing?
Well, let's put it this way, Mike. I just had one source tell me that small things can become grudges. Alex Guerrero is absolutely in the middle of it, but he is not the only situation that's going on behind the scenes here. I think that's the best, most symbolic one, probably the best one for the public to understand. There are separate things that both sides really want to keep quiet for now, but that are lingering just below the surface that are equally important to all sides as this Alex Guerrero thing. But certainly the Guerrero one is probably the most, I guess, the best one to look at and say, this is clearly an issue between Gronkowski, Brady, and the New England Patriots.
That's really well done. Jeff, thank you very much for being there when we need you, and we'll check back with you again as these events continue. And, you know, I was around to the Championship Bowls who lasted a really long time, and it's fragile. When you've got people, the apex people who have been together as long as they have, Belichick and Brady and Kraft, It's hard to keep all those big egos together, and at some point it can just explode. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but maybe you're seeing a little bit of that.
This fosters throughout every team. It's just we're going to cover the Patriots more because they've had a level of success. Pat Riley calls that the disease of me. Once we've all achieved success together, now each individual tries to figure out ways that they can accomplish more on their own.
All right, Tuesday night.